today, my SG93 Nation subscribers, we are going to have a little fun with a what if slash rebuild series. Now, as you see in the title, it says, what if Johnny Manziel wasn't a bust? Can we rebuild the Cleveland Browns around Johnny Manziel and get him to the postseason and get Cleveland that Super Bowl title? The first thing we're going to do in the preseason is we're going to release Deshaun Weinstein. I meant Deshaun Watson. And we're going to get a draft pick for Deshaun Watson to work around Johnny Manziel. And that camp hit is ridiculous, so we are going to release him. We're going to remove Deshaun Watson as a captain. We're going to send him packing. You're gone, son. And what we're going to do is we are going to trade him to Chicago, but we're going to get like late picks for him because he's not really worth that much. So we're going to ask for a fourth, a fifth, and a next year's fifth for Deshaun Weinstein. I meant Deshaun Watson. The Bears will take Deshaun Weinstein off of our. I meant Deshaun Watson off of our hands. Joe Flacco will be the backup. What we're going to do is we're going to release Jeff Driscoll because we do not need this many quarterbacks on our roster. So Jeff Driscoll is going to be gone. Johnny Manziel, we might work as a captain, but we're not going to keep him going quickly enough. What we're going to do is we're going to simulate 4 seasons, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to see how everything goes. So we're going to simulate to the preseason. We're going to simulate, if we can do this without having a problem. We're going to simulate the preseason. This is going to take a bit, but you know how this goes. And what we're going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to simulate to the midseason. I'll show you Johnny's stats. Then we'll simulate to the rest of the season. Then from there, I will do the off season of who we're going to draft. And what I'm going to do is, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm only going to draft to the first round of what we need and what our team needs are. I'm also going to pick up who we need for Johnny Football to get where we need to be and see where we go from there. Now, this should be interesting. We're gonna set goal. We're gonna set it to making the playoffs, but I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the goal is to make the playoffs with Johnny Manziel, but I don't see it happening on the first try. We're not even gonna worry about that. We're gonna simulate to the midseason. Let's see how he does halfway through the midseason. Do 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 do. Going into week 3, midseason should be like at the halfway point, but we'll see how it goes. And here is midseason. We are 3-3 with Johnny Manziel at the halfway point of the midseason. And if we look at his stats, he is at 1,855 yards. He's not doing too bad. Touchdown to interception ratio. He's 18 and 14 for the touchdown ratios. He's not doing too bad. If we look at the rest of the team, Nick Chubb is doing pretty great. Kareem Hunt is doing good. Johnny Manziel has only ran for 53 yards. We look at his receiving core. Elijah Moore is leading it with 434 yards and 5 touchdowns. David Njoku is at 383 yards with 4 touchdowns. Amari Cooper is third with 361 yards and one of those things. David Bell is at 345 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Nick Chubb is also at 267 and 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt is not doing too bad with 65 yards and 1 touchdown. On the defensive side of the ball, right now, Jeremiah, don't know how to say his last name, is at 43 solo tackles. But if we look at Myles Garrett is doing stellar in that sack department with 5 sacks. Coming in second is Darius Smith with 2 sacks. Leading the interception is Grant Delpit. It looks like he is leading it. Juwan Thornhill is second. And it looks like a lot of people are doing pretty good here in the department. 3-3, not bad so far in the first season. We're going to simulate the rest of the season to see how we do. And we're also going to take a look at the schedule to see who we won against and who we lost against. So if we look at the schedule, we beat the Bengals, we lost to the Steelers, we blew out the Tennessee Titans, we lost to the Ravens, went into the bye week in week 6, came away losing to the 49ers, and then we barely beat the Colts. The rest of the way is the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Broncos, the Rams, the Jags, the Bears, the Texans, the Jets, and the Bengals to round out the remainder of the season. We are going to now officially simulate the rest of the season to see how we do. We're going to sim to the playoffs. And let's see how we finish in the first season with Johnny Manziel. And in the playoffs, we made the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, in his first season. And I don't know how the hell we even did it. We were at 3-3 here, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we're not even out of the regular first season. And if we look at how Johnny Manziel is doing, look at his passing yards. He's over 5,000 yards, ladies and gentlemen, and 43 touchdowns. How in the hell, and this is beyond me, how in the hell is he leading the way in passing touchdowns, won the AFC North? And to be honest with you, I thought this was going to be a rebuild, but this might not even be a rebuild, ladies and gentlemen. We might end it right here, and I might just try it myself and just see how we do. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to question this for a second. How in the hell does a creative Johnny Manziel, we put him back on the Cleveland Browns, And how does he throw over 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, and get the Cleveland Browns to a 12-5 record? It's beyond me, and in my opinion, I don't think he was a bust in the NFL. I just think the fame got to him, and the money was just a byproduct in real life. And in my opinion, if the money and the fame didn't get to Johnny Football's head, I honestly think that he would have been the future quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Let me know down below this video if you think he would have been a bust or if he would have been elite without the money and without the fame getting to his head. Let me know in the comments because I really want to know your thoughts on this. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to restart this franchise myself, and I'm just going to see how I fare out on playing this. But at the end of the first season, 12-5, over 5,000 yards passing, 43 touchdowns. I don't know how to explain this any better than where I'm sitting at. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful Tuesday. I hope everybody has I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Spooky Gamer 1993 is out of here. And again, let me know in the video in the comments here if Johnny Manziel would have been a future quarterback. I honestly think he would have been if the money wasn't a thing and if the fame didn't get to his head. I think he would have been the future of Cleveland. But let me know down below in the comments here, and we'll get this thing started with a restart. And I'll catch you all next time. Peace.